Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Chains of Destiny. Episode 1. She had always enjoyed the thrill of late-night parties, but on that ill-fated evening, everything changed. She didn't expect to feel the unsettling sensation of being watched, only to discover that someone had been following her, declaring that she belonged to him. In a frantic attempt to escape, she soon found herself chained to the Alpha King, locked away in a dark, cold room. Fear and anger surged through her, and she screamed for him to let her go. He moved closer, tilting her chin up until she met his icy gaze. "No," he said, his voice laced with darkness, as the chains tightened around her ankle. She fought, trying to free herself, her pleas falling on deaf ears. With a harsh grip on her jaw, tears began to fall. "You're bound to me now," he murmured. "Your life, soul, and body, they all belong to me. From the moment you were born, you were mine, and you will never escape." Prologue. I regret so many things in my life. I regret how I ignore my mother's warning to me, and I hate myself for not listening to her. She'd been telling me about this, but I chose not to listen and turn my ears deaf. Because of my recklessness, I end up here inside the dark and cold room, feet locked in chains while tears are like a flood on my cheeks. The only thing I remember is I was inside a club, dancing to the music like I used to, and then, someone danced behind me. I never let anyone dance with me except my girlfriends. I never let anyone touch me on the dance floor, but that night, it was different. Because the moment that stranger touched my waist, it was like something was igniting within me. It was new and earth-shattering. I turned around to see him, but a handkerchief covered my nose and mouth until I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I am already locked up in here. I didn't even see who kidnapped me. I am so scared, and I suddenly regret everything. I don't have any idea who kidnapped me. I am sure that I never had a quarrel with anyone. Nervousness filled my heart when I heard footsteps outside this dark room. I swallowed hard when I saw how the doorknob moved. Someone is opening the door. Light come through the door as soon as it opens. I closed my eyes because I was dazzled. I heard the door close again and the room lit up. I swallowed hard as I slowly opened my eyes. Whoever kidnapped me must be crazy. I'll surely sue him once I escape this room. I won't let them hurt me. I'll escape this place alive. The first thing I saw was a pair of black shoes in front of me. I slowly lift up my eyes until I was stuck at the pair of brown eyes coldly staring down at me. He's not familiar. I am sure I didn't know him. But, his ruthless and handsome face won't escape my eyes. I've seen a lot of pretty men, some of them like me and dated me. But this man in front of me tells me that he's different from the men I've met before. Who are you?" I asked in a shaking voice. My tears are silently falling from my eyes. I don't want to cry, but fear and worries keep pounding on me. He didn't answer me. Instead, he bent down his other knee and leveled my eyes. My lips parted when I got to see his whole face. Is he an actor? Or model? I'm sure a handsome man like him won't just be an ordinary person, right? He has a beautiful pair of brown eyes, even in darkness I could see his light brown eyes, it was almost yellow. He has a pair of thick brows, a long and narrow nose, and thin lips. And the way he moves, he was graceful and elegant. It added that he has a masculine and very manly body. Damn! Even though he's wearing a polo with long sleeves and pants, I could see his flexing muscles in his arms. And he's very tall. He can pass as a basketball player. "Damon," he said. His cold and deep voice sent shivers down my spine. My heart skipped a beat. I don't know if it is still because I am scared or amazed by this man in front of me. Is it your name? Then, Damon, why am I here? Did you kidnap me? Do I have arrears with you? Tell me. I almost pleaded. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. I am sure mommy is worried sick about me. You're here because you have to. Your mother hides you for so long, and it's my time to take you back, he said. What is he saying? My brows furrowed, but my determination to beg him to let me escape never strayed. What do you mean? Please, I want to go home. I cried. A new set of tears run down my cheeks. But he just stared at me for so long, with pure coldness, I almost felt the ice. You can't. From now on, it will be your home, he said with finality. Rage filled my heart. He's crazy. K him. This dark small room will never be my home. He stood up. Maybe he will leave me again alone here. This is not my home. Let me go, you bastard. I'll sue you once I escape this chain. You! I screamed. My throat hurts because of that. But his eyes never changed. The pure coldness stayed. His reaction never changed. He's giving me creeps. Just stay here. I'll be back, he coldly said. No. You stay here. What do you need from me? And who are you? Don't bullshit me. Unlock this chain. I screamed again and tightly gripped the chain on my foot. I saw how his eyes surveyed my whole face. His brows were furrowed. And I don't get why he's giving me that kind of reaction. My heart skipped a beat when he started to go near me until he stopped a few inches away from me. I can smell his manly scent. I swallowed hard when I felt how my heart is pounding so hard. Athena, I got goosebumps when he uttered my name. Who is this man? Why does he know me? He even mentioned my mom a while ago. Who is he? You like it or not, you'll stay here. And don't make me lose my patience. I hate hard-headed women, he warningly said before he steps away from me and leaves the room. No, it can't be. Who was that man? Why is he keeping me? Why does he know me? And, why am I locked up in here? Chapter 1. My life was just simple. I have a mother who keeps telling me to be careful, especially at night. But I am a girl who loves partying. I love clubs and parties. My friends often told me that a party won't be complete without me there. But because of that, my mother always panics whenever she'll find out that I am going outside. I know that she was just worried, but I think my mother was overreacting. I grew up without a father. Mom said that he died before I was born. We even visit his tomb every death anniversary. And now that I turned 18, I can freely go clubbing without faking my age or faking my identity cards. This is fun. Celine, my friend since junior high. She was the one who influenced me to go clubbing. But then, the only thing we're different is she will always be out of sight whenever she found a target for tonight. And everybody knows what she's doing. She's maybe doing it inside her car, comfort room, or the VIP rooms of this club, with her flavor of the night. Yet, I laughed and danced to the music. The music was booming in the whole club. It raised my heartbeat, and I can't help but be hyped up. Celine and I danced together. We danced until it gets crazy. Men are staring at us with their eyes. Of course, let's do the dirty hump. Celine whispered to me. I immediately nodded and started the dirty hump. I heard the audience shout and cheered for us. I laughed because I saw how Celine did her dance while dirty humping. Until Celine just suddenly vanished on the dance floor. Maybe someone snatched her, and knowing Celine when she's heated, she'll no matter who he is. I decided to go back to the counter and order 1 glass of tequila. I am a bit tipsy, but I still know what I'm doing. Hi, miss, someone sat down beside me. I glanced at him. He looks handsome. He looks like someone who can be an antagonist of a story. Hi. I greeted back and sipped on my glass. I saw how glittered in his eyes as he watched me drink the tequila. I smiled at him afterward. You look so. May I know your name? He asked and moved a bit closer to my ears. His breath tickles my ears. I smirked. I am not like Celine, who looks every man she'll encounter. But I can flirt, a bit. It's Solitaire. I also neared his ear to whisper. I purposely breathed on his ear so that he could feel me. And that's when I felt his hands rest on my small waist. Damn! Am I drunk? Your name suits you well, he whispered huskily. Solitaire is my second name. Whenever a guy asks my name, I always answer them with my second name. I don't want to tell him my real name. What about you? I asked in his ear. He started to kiss my ears. I felt his warm lips down my jaw. Tristan, he whispered, but he's now busy kissing my neck. I closed my eyes, feeling his kisses. His hands went down to my thighs and slid inside my short skirt. I let him do that since no one could see us like this. Everyone is busy dancing and getting drunk, so no one will care if we make out here. You're so hot, he moaned while kissing my neck. My lips parted. I let men touch me whenever we make out because it makes me feel better. I snaked my arms around his nape and attacked his lips with hungry kisses. He was shocked at first, but he kissed me back later on. Tristan's confused face stared at me. Is something wrong? He asked. No. You can't touch me there. I'm going, I said without looking back at him. I walked fast as I could. The cold night embraced me as I walked into the parking lot. I am searching for my car, or should I say Mom's car. I stopped when I felt that again. This is not the first time, but it always gives me creeps. Every night, I could feel, someone is watching me. I know Mom was just worried about me, but, every time it happens, I always think that maybe Mom knows that someone is after me. I don't know. I don't want to tell it to Mom because I know she'll get worried more and she'll never let me stay outside anymore. But this feeling of someone watching me from afar gives me chills and it bothers me. I looked around the area, but I am the only one here. I walked faster until I found my car. I searched for the key inside my bag, and when I found it, I immediately started my car. I looked around the area once again, checking if I could see whoever someone was watching me. But I saw no one. I drove the car and remember what happened earlier. I had fun partying tonight and making out with Tristan. Tristan is not the only one I made out this night. But I don't want anything beyond that. I don't want to have S*X, unlike Celine who craves it. Speaking of Celine, I need to message her that I'm going home now. I was typing on my phone when my car screeched to stop. My eyes blinked twice as I looked in front. A huge rock was blocking the road. Maybe it came from the mountain. This road is in the mountainside, so it's understandable, but, am I only imagining it? I didn't step the brakes, so, how did my car stop on its own? I feel like someone pulled my car from the back so that it would stop. I immediately turn around to check the car's back, but there's no one. What happened? Chapter 2. The next morning, I woke up feeling nauseous. I quickly run towards my bathroom and knelt down in front of the toilet, and like a waterfall I vomit. I feel like I poured it all out. It feels so bad. How I hate the aftermath of getting drunk. I showered myself and changed into jeans and an off-shoulder top. Even with a hangover I still need to attend school. Well, I am a graduating senior, so I have to be extra careful with my attendance. I was going downstairs when I heard voices from the living area. There's visitor? Just give me more time. Please, you have to understand that it's hard for me. I heard Mom Pleading's voice. My brows furrowed. What is happening? We know Miss Madrigal, that's why he's giving you time. But you're already reaching his limit. He already gave you months, no, he already gave you 18 years for you to be with her. Now that she's of age, she has to face what's destined for her. I heard a man's voice. Okay, I understand. But please tell him, give me more days, just days, sir, Mom begged. I cannot take it anymore. I stepped inside the living area, and I saw a bulky man sitting on one of our couches. They both looked at me. Mom's face was shocked to see me while the man was just staring at me. Mom, what's going on? I asked Mom. Mom immediately shook her head and walked toward me. He's just a friend of mine, Athena. Don't worry, Mom assured me, but my glaring eyes are still on the man. He stood up. I'm going now, the man said and left. You have to eat your breakfast first before you go to school, Mom pulled me towards the dining. She pulled a chair and pushed me to sit there. Mom, who's he? I asked. She looked away, obviously avoiding my question. He's just a friend, Athena. Don't be too curious, she said and put rice on my plate. I watched her do that while still thinking of what I heard. What are they talking about? It is clearly not about debt or something, it's about someone. Maybe Mom is keeping secrets from me? I didn't ask her anymore and just quietly ate my food. When I finished I quickly kissed her cheek goodbye. School is still the same. Celine was late because of being tired last night. I know why she's tired though. So, are you ready for tonight? Celine asked while we were eating lunch in the cafeteria. My forehead wrinkled at what she said. Tonight? Why? I asked. She rolled her eyes. My friend will host a party at the club tonight. We'll go, she excitedly said. Seriously? We just party last night and tonight too? Yes. I surely love parties and clubbing, but sometimes it's making me worn out. Aren't you tired? I asked her to know if she was really serious about the party tonight. Yes, I am tired. But my body still can accommodate 2 DKs, she laughed. I sneered. It's good to know that you're still not pregnant, though, I said, shaking my head. Well, I am always ready. Look at my wallet, she said and took out her wallet. And my eyes widened when I saw condoms. A lot of condoms. What, I mumbled. She laughed hard. See? There's no way in hell I'd get pregnant, she proudly said. She's gross. And just like what she wanted, I prepared myself for the party later this night. I was choosing a dress from my closet when Mom suddenly barged into my room. She was panting. Mom! What's wrong? I asked when she pulled my luggage from its place and put my clothes in there. What is she doing? We have to leave now, Athena. Pack your things, she said, panicking. Why? Why is it so sudden? I asked, still can't believe that she wants us to leave now. And where are we going, then? We have no other relatives aside from us. Just listen to me, Athena. We have to leave. Pack your things now, she raised her voice. My lips parted. Mom, I want to know why. We can't just leave here without reason. I have reasons, Athena, and before he could get you, we'll leave, all right, she cut me off. Who? No one's gonna take me, Mom. You're overreacting. I argued. I am not overreacting, and you didn't know anything, Athena, so listen to me, Mom is getting hysterical. She continued packing my clothes. I shook my head. I didn't know anything because you never tell me, Mom, I said, gritting my teeth. She looks at me. I looked away, and before she could say something I decided to get out of the house and drove the car away from our house. I know Mom is keeping a secret from me. I remember how we always moved from one place to another like we were hiding from someone. I cannot count how many times we moved our place. We just settled here because I asked Mom and begged her not to leave this place again. I am tired of moving. I am tired of going back to square one. Socialize again and get friends once again. I am getting tired of this all. Before, I didn't know the reason. But when I turned 18 a month ago, that's when I start to feel that someone is watching me. And Mom, never tell me anything. My mind was in turmoil when I entered the club where Celine's friend hosted a party. The dance floor is already wild and full. For now, I just wanted to get drunk. I saw Celine with her new guy. I even saw the man massaging her. Celine. I called her. Celine looked at me with her tipsy eyes. Don't tell me she's drunk already. Oh. There you are, Athena, she greeted back, but she went back to kissing her new guy again, and the man is now unbuttoning Celine's button-down dress. I shook my head and ordered tequila. I drank one shot until I reached 3 shots of it. I heard Celine moan. Why doesn't she get a room and f*k each other there? She's getting wild, and I can clearly see how the guy sucking her. My gosh! Her boyfriend is both exposed in the public. I looked around and saw that there are men watching them. See? Because of what she's doing, she has a lineup of men who wants to do her good. Your tongue is so good, baby. Celine moaned louder. I shook my head, and to stop hearing Celine's lustful moan I decided to just dance. I let myself get drowned in the music. I bit my lower lip and sway my hips. I was dancing when I felt someone on my back. The smell of his perfume is telling me that he's a guy. I continued dancing until I felt something on my back. It was hard and poking me. I didn't know, but it sent an electrifying feeling to my system. I heaved a deep breath when his arm snaked around my waist and pulled me more to him. His hardness becomes more evident now that our body is so near to each other. Come with me, his deep and cold voice gave me goosebumps. It was giving my heart tremendous beats. I've kissed men before, felt them before, but why is this man behind me so different? It takes a lot of kisses before a man turns me on, but this man, just, let me feel his hardness and I am, turned on? Because of my curiosity, I turned around to face him, but before I could see his face, a handkerchief covered my nose and mouth only to fall into unending darkness. Chapter 3. You like it or not, you'll stay here. And don't make me lose my patience. I hate hard-headed women. I can't believe I end up here. And I can't believe that I am literally and truly kidnapped by someone. I can't help but get scared more when I remember the man who introduced himself as Damon. His words were absolute. Like he really plans to keep me here. Thinking that I'll be locked up here for the rest of my life makes my inside burn in anger towards that man. Then, I remember the bulky man who talked to Mommy. We know Miss Madrigal, that's why he's giving you time. But you're already reaching his limit. He already gave you months, no, he already gave you 18 years for you to be with her. Now that she's of age, she has to face what's destined for her. It was his words. Was he talking about Damon? Does Mommy know this man named Damon? Was he the one who's watching me from afar? The one I always felt watching me? Was he? For what? Why? What is it? I am so confused. I want to hear an answer, but how could I find the answer when I am locked up in here with this chains? I no longer realized the passage of time until the door of this room opened again. The whole room lit up again, and there I saw a man. My eyes widened when I saw his face. He was the bulky man who went to our house to talk to my mother. I know you. I said, dazzled and at the same time confused. He put a tray in front of me. It was a tray of food. I gritted my teeth. Tell me, who are you? Why am I here? What do you need from me? I asked with gritted teeth. If I can just escape this chain, I would probably hit them one by one. Them? How could they do this to me? I'm not supposed to talk to you, Miss Madrigal, he said. Then, call your master. It's Damon, right? Let me talk to him. I screamed even though my throat is hurting. He's busy. He'll visit you later, he said like a robot. I chuckled without humor. I can't believe that they all look normal, act normal, and talk normally while I am here scared and nervous because of what they are doing to me. Then, please, tell me, why are you in our house earlier this morning? What did you talk about with my mom? I asked, almost pleading. I want an answer at least for that question. I don't like this feeling. I don't like being confused. I don't understand anything. And it's hurting me. I was there to warn her, he said shortly. About what? I cannot help but raise my voice because of too much anticipation. I was warning her that her days with you are over. It is your fate, Miss Madrigal. Alpha Damon was long been waiting for you since the day you were born. And your mother, take you away from him without his consent. What? I cannot believe it. He's crazy. My mother, took me away from him? It's natural. I am my mother's daughter and Damon doesn't own me. Believe it or not. It was the other way around. You were kidnapped. Alpha Damon is just taking you back where you are supposed to be, he said before he left the room. I was staring into nothing the whole time since the man left. My own mother kidnapped me? Is this a joke or something? Or am I crazy? What the hell? My mother can do anything because I am her daughter. Anger filled me. Does that mean, Damon, that Damon think that I am his property the moment I was born, and my mom was a culprit for taking me away from him? Is he stupid? Arg. This is burning my mind. My head is hurting from all the thinking I did. I just found myself drowning in a deep sleep. I just woke up with a feeling that someone is watching me. I immediately opened my eyes and I saw a cold pair of brown eyes. I gritted my teeth as our eyes met. I hate him for doing this to me. I hate him. Did you have a good sleep? He asked in a straight tone. I clenched my jaw. And he has the audacity to ask that? Is he crazy? If I am not just chained into this room, I'd probably run to him and hit him until he dies. Are you a psycho? Who with a clear mind would ask such a question? Of course, it's not comfortable. I squeal. I saw how his forehead wrinkled. It irritates me just looking at him comfortably sitting on a chair in front of me. How could he sit there comfortably while I am chained in front of him? He's so ruthless. You did not touch your food. He looked at the food I hadn't even eaten. I'd rather die starving than be chained here. I scowled. My heart skipped a beat when he stood up and went to me. He squatted in front of me and took the spoon. You have to eat, he said in his authoritative tone, but I did not back down. I said I won't eat. I said stubbornly. I saw him clench his jaw. I feel like I made him push his buttons. Eat, he said in a commanding tone while lifting the spoon, urging me to eat. I gritted my teeth. Why is he doing this? What does he want from me? Why is he acting like I am his property? Why is he taking me away from my mom? Why am I here? Why did you kidnap me? What do you want from me? And who are you, Damon? I looked at him with determination in my eyes. I'll eat my food if you answer my questions, I bravely said. He sighed heavily and put down the spoon. He lifted his eyes up on me. My heart reacted when his brown eyes stared at me. I feel like something in me ignited. I am feeling something on my body whenever he's staring at me like this. What's this feeling? I've never felt this to anyone. Fine. I'll tell you. But after this, you'll stop being stubborn, Athena. If you did, I'll never think twice to punish you. His tone was stone cold. He stayed squatting in front of me while his eyes are staring at my face. I don't know what's this heat rushing down my system. What is he doing to me? You're here in the kingdom of Agama and I rule this place. I am Alpha Damon Timothy Scott, he started. My lips parted. He just started, but my mind is starting to blow up. Alpha? And kingdom? This is not a human kingdom like you think. I am a werewolf. Everyone here is werewolves. And I am their Alpha King. He touched my chin, and I swallowed hard because of the heat it sent me. What is he talking about? Alpha King? Werewolves? Is he joking? Playing tricks? There's no way in hell humans that can turn to wolves are true. I am an Alpha King, and you are mated to me, Athena. Chapter 4. I am an Alpha King, and you are mated to me, Athena. If I am dreaming, I am hoping someone to wake me up from this nightmare. Because I can't take this anymore. Your mother, Soledad Madrigal, was mated to my deceased older brother. He was once the king of this kingdom, but he died early because of an accident. After him, I was chosen to lead this kingdom. Soledad ends up mateless, and even though it's against our rules, she married your father. But unfortunately, he died even before you were born. I was there when your mother gave birth to you, and that day, I knew you were my mate. Wait, what? He was there when my mother gave birth to me. How old is he? You're lying. How old are you? I asked desperately. I'm 200 years old, he answered, that literally giving me a headache. What is going on? He's a wolf, an Alpha King, and I'm his mate, and lastly, he's 200 years old? Are you kidding me? I screamed and glared at him. His face turned colder. I swallowed hard when he pulled my chin near his face. My heart pounded fast inside my chest. Why is he? Do I look like pulling some joke to you? He asked in his dangerous tone. My lips parted. I saw his eyes gaze down at my lips. Your mother knew that you're mine. The moment I recognize you as my mate is the day when you become mine. Even your mother has no right with you. But, Soledad, left without my consent, she left with you in her arms. I searched for her for almost 10 years until I found her again. She promised me that she'll give you to me when you reached 18. But Soledad keeps breaking her promise. I had no choice but to take force on her. He said those words while his face was so near to me. He removed his thumb on my chin and stood up. My housekeepers will get you here, from now on you'll live under my terms. If you break any of my rules, you'll get chained here as your punishment. Do you get me? He said darkly, almost threatening me. What, I'll give you a heads up about my rules later. If you don't want to get punished, do what I say, he said and walked out of the room. I feel so frustrated as the housekeepers unlocked the chains on my foot. My mind was in turmoil. My mind is literally in shock. Is this true? Is this really happening? The housekeepers guided me to a bathroom. They are all girls, so I don't mind when they take off my clothes, and pushed me down the jacuzzi. I didn't know that this room has a bathroom. It was dark and cold without light. Even though the jacuzzi makes me feel refreshed, my pile-up thoughts keep bombarding my mind. I can't believe all this thing is happening. Now I know why Mommy wants me to stay inside the house. I understand why we always move from one place to another, because for the whole 10 years she's trying to hide me from Damon. Tears streamed down my face. It mixed with the water on the jacuzzi. I covered my face inside my palms and silently cried on it. My chest feels so heavy. I suddenly missed Mom and I regret everything. I should have listened to her. I should have let her control my life. I want to know what happened to my mother. I want to know if Damon did something to her. I won't keep still if I'll know that he did something horrible to my mother. After I bathed myself, the housekeepers lent me a long nighty dress. I checked the clock and realized it was already 10 in the evening. I sighed heavily and went out of the closet. This way, ma'am, the housekeeper guided my way. I followed them silently. I don't know where they are taking me, but with every step I take I couldn't help but be amazed. I am slowly believing that I am really inside of a kingdom, because I am literally inside a palace. It was so huge. The chandeliers and extravagant things are splattered all over the area. There are paintings and many more. I looked downstairs and saw the function hall of the palace. I feel like it can house a huge party and invite a lot of people. This is so shiny. The housekeepers opened a door and a huge room with a king-sized bed welcomed me. We'll leave now, ma'am. Have a good sleep. The housekeepers left me all alone inside the huge room. I sighed heavily. I walked towards the bed and sat there. It was comfy and soft. I immediately bounced the moment I sat there. What am I gonna do now? I have to think of an escape. I can't stay here forever. I won't let Damon control me. And what about Mommy? I know she's worried now. I heaved a deep breath and lay down on the bed. I was staring at the ceiling when I heard the door open. I immediately got up and was horrified when I saw Damon wearing only a white bathrobe. What are you doing here? I screamed. I immediately reached for the blanket and covered my body. The nighty dress I am wearing is so thin and has a deep collar. My cleavage is peeking, so I have to cover my body. He looked at me as if my scream didn't bother him. He just looks at me with pure coldness. Seriously? What's with this guy? It's my room, he said. My eyes widened as the realization dawned on me. I am mated to him. Does it mean we're a couple now and we have to sleep next to each other? No way, we have the same room. I was so shocked. I didn't expect it. Yes, he said without hesitation. My lips parted. No. I won't sleep with you. I shouted and was about to stand up and leave when he suddenly moved so fast and gripped my elbow tightly. I am now kneeling over the bed while he's standing in front of me, tightly gripping me. "What do I say about breaking my rules, Athena?" he said warningly. I can see the danger in his eyes. I swallowed hard. "No, I don't like sleeping with him. There is no way." What? "Are you saying, you'll force me to do it with you?" I asked nervously. His brows furrowed. "What's so hard sleeping with me?" He gazed at the bed behind me. I swallowed hard. Is he crazy? Of course. It'll be hard, Damon. Can't you see? I just turned 18. And you'll force me to sleep with you? I ranted. His forehead wrinkled and slowly his lips rose for a devilish smirk. My eyes widened. Why is he so handsome? Stop praising him, Athena. Sleeping with me and having with you is a different thing, Athena. He said amused. My cheeks burn. That was embarrassing. It's so stupid of you, Athena, to think that when he said sleeping means. Fine. We'll just sleep. With my heavy movements, I lay down on the other side of the bed and covered my body with the thick blanket. Even though we're mated, I won't force you to bed, Athena, he said, which made me stop and look at him. He was just there standing and staring at me. Unless you want me to, he added with a smirk. Chapter 5. I am not comfortable sleeping with someone in the same bed, especially since I am always getting conscious every time he moves. To stop my worries, I put a pillow between us. I stared at the ceiling. In just a span of time, I get to know Damon's attitude. He's sometimes rude, arrogant, and ruthless, but he's not bad. I still don't get his world. The werewolf thing and alpha king things. But I know when he said alpha king, I know he's a big person. He's important to this kingdom. And that made me think about why he needs his mate. Unfortunately, I am that mate. Deep thoughts lead me to sleep until I woke up the next morning without him next to me. I yawned and stretched my arms. I sat down on the bed and searched for a slipper, and there I noticed that there are marks on my ankle. It was the chain's mark. I sighed heavily. Why did he chain me after all? Well, if he didn't chain me, I'd probably run for hills and hit him using my own fist. Good morning, ma'am. Your clothes are here, and the bathtub is ready now, ma'am, a girl with his housekeeping uniform said. She looks young. Maybe a bit 4 years older than me or so. Thank you, I said. By the way, ma'am. Alpha Damon said that you need to wait for him in the dining. He said that you'll eat together, she added. My brows furrowed. Why would he make me wait? What's he doing anyway? Is he busy? Ah, I almost forgot that he's an Alpha King. Alpha King, my foot. I almost rolled my eyes. I took a bath and changed into the clothes that the girl prepared for me. My brows furrowed when I noticed that it was a long-sleeved dress. What the hell? What am I? Going to the church? Excuse me? I asked the housekeeper. She looked at me. I am only wearing my bathrobe when I went out. Yes, ma'am, she responded. Do you have any clothes other than this? I asked. She immediately shook her head. I'm sorry, ma'am, but Alpha Damon wants you to wear that, she said. I raised a brow. She suddenly looked scared when she saw my reaction. What is that man thinking? He wants me to wear this dress? It's for an old hag. I entered the walk-in closet and looked around and smirked when I saw a scissor. I have an idea. I used the scissor to cut the sleeves and make some designs on the waist part. When I finished, I immediately looked myself in the mirror. I smiled with triumph when I saw how I am with my own design dress. It's now sleeveless and has small cuts on its waist to emphasize my curves. That's fashion, Damon. Well, he's a 200-year-old freaking guy, he won't understand the trends nowadays. Now I wonder, I didn't know that wolves like him lived a longer life. I don't think I can live that long. I'm done, I announced as I went out of my walk-in closet. The housekeeper's jaw drops because of what I look. Ma'am, what? Don't worry, Damon won't mind it, I confidently said. But she looks worried or something. I went out of the room. There are guards everywhere. I bet they are all wolves. Am I the only human here? Now that I think about it, they are all carnivores. Wait, they are not literally those wolves, right? They can be human too. Arg! Why is this thing so messed up? The guards opened the door for me, and a long extravagant dining table welcomed me. I blinked twice when I saw a lot of food prepared for us. Are these really all for breakfast only? Why is it so many? This is your place, ma'am. The housekeeper pulled a chair for me. I sat there and was about to touch my spoon when the housekeeper said something. Ma'am, Alpha Damon said you wait for him, she informed me. I rolled my eyes and leaned on my chair. What the hell? Do I really have to wait for him? What if I am really starving now? 5 minutes had passed, and Damon was still not here. I am now glaring at the food in front of me. Can you tell your Alpha if he's going to eat or not? I am starving, I demanded. The housekeeper immediately nodded. I heaved a deep sigh and stared at the food once again. I wonder if Mom's okay? Does she have food to eat? I really need to get out of here. I really need to escape. I'm here, Damon's voice filled my ears. I saw him take the seat in front of me. But the moment his eyes surveyed my clothes I saw his brows wrinkled. What are you wearing? He asked darkly. I smiled at him, almost faking it. It's the dress you want me to wear, I said obviously. No. It's not, he said clenching his jaw. He even glanced at the housekeeper who brought the dress to me. The housekeeper looks constipated now. I just put some design on it. Your type of dress is only for old hags. So didn't I say to you to follow my rules? His tone is getting dangerous. Damn. I am starving. Can we talk about it later? What? So even the kinds of clothes I want to wear you'll have to decide on it? Why? Are you the one who'll wear it? Why don't you try and wear them instead, hey? I sarcastically said. His brown eyes narrowed. I don't know, but I suddenly felt nervous about the way he looks at me. Stone, he called the bulky man. So, his name's Stone, hey? What is it, Alpha? Stone asked. Get the plate and foods in front of Athena. She'll not eat her breakfast today, Damon commanded, making my eyes wide open. What? What? I screamed. And put a tape on her mouth. She'll have to watch me eating, Damon added. I didn't have the chance to continue my words when Stone put a tape on my mouth and handcuffs my hands behind me. Damon coldly looked at me. I cannot believe it. F*K him. F*K him. After he made me wait for breakfast, he'll do this to me. F*K you, Damon. You Alpha King. I told you so. Break my rules means punishment, Athena. He said ruthlessly. Chapter 6. I can't believe I am being treated this way. Damon really made me watch him while eating his food. And when he finished, he just ordered his men to send me back to his room. And now I am starving, and my stomach is grumbling for food. I don't know what he's up to. He really wants me to follow his rules? So, I am here to be his slave? As soon as possible I need to think of a plan of escape. I won't last long if this continues. I stopped walking back and forth when I heard noises on the balcony of this room. My brows furrowed and walked closer to the balcony. I opened the glass door and was astounded when I saw the group of people standing in front of the palace. What are they doing? They are lining up like troops while Stone was standing in front of them. He was saying something, but I couldn't hear it because of our distance, and as soon as Stone lifts his right arm my eyes widened in pure shock when I saw how the men turned into wolves. Oh my god, I mumbled, and suddenly it becomes hard to breathe. I stepped back as I watched the wolves run prompter and wilder. I can feel my limbs shaking, and my hands sweating. What was that? I know that Damon already said that they are wolves, but maybe it is still not sinking into me that seeing it right in front of my eyes shocked the shit out of me. Is it clear to you now, Athena? I was stunned when I heard Damon's voice behind me. Something is blocking my throat as I turn around to see him. His eyes were staring at me coldly. Until now, I still can't believe this all. I feel like I am just inside my nightmare. And I don't understand what's happening to me. I can't accept it all. This is your life now. I am the alpha of this kingdom, and you will be their Luna, their queen, he said while slowly walking toward me. My lips parted as I try to process his words inside my head. I am the queen? Is this some kind of joke? I was just dancing and suddenly I am a queen? Is someone playing tricks on me? Or is this my punishment for being stubborn to my mom? You can't go back because this is your home. You have to accept it, Athena. He added. Tears formed in my eyes, and with my pure anger, I looked at him. I saw him staring into my eyes. He didn't even faze when I angrily look at him. If I can't go back, then let me stay with my mother. I want her with me. Where is she? I screamed. If this is really my fate, then I only want my mom. I want her with me. That's all I ask, Damon. I steely said. I saw him clench his jaw. She's safe, but I can't let her stay here. She did a crime and it's against our rules, he said coldly, and was about to leave when I run towards him and block his way. I can't let him leave when I'm still not done with him. F*K your rules. I hate you. You're so ruthless. I won't ever be your Luna or a queen of your stupid kingdom. I will make sure you'll regret this. You'll regret keeping me here, you stupid alpha. I screamed at the top of my lungs and walked out. Because I don't have anywhere to go, I just locked myself inside the bathroom. And there I cried with all my heart. I missed my mom. I missed the world I used to live in. I don't like here. And curse that alpha. I won't let him have me. I will surely find my way out of this. I'll find mom and we'll leave without a trace. I cried and cried until I fell asleep inside the bathroom. I felt someone carrying me, but because I was so sleepy, I didn't bother to wake up until I felt the soft mattress behind me. I didn't know how many hours I fell asleep, but when I woke up, I saw the dark sky from the window. I sighed heavily and stared at the crumpled blanket covering me. I remember that someone carried me, but I didn't know who. Maybe one of Damon's servants? I stood out of bed and exactly the door opened. I saw the familiar housekeeping. She was the girl who gave me the dress earlier this morning. Ma'am, it's time for dinner, she politely informed me. I nodded and without speaking I walked inside the walk-in closet and changed clothes. I haven't eaten anything, and I feel so hungry. So, I must not anger Damon or else I can't eat again. I chose a floral sleeved dress. This is not my type of dress, but I think it will do for now. This way, ma'am, the girl guided me towards the dining. I kept quiet the whole time. Maybe because I was drained from all of this. I saw Damon sitting comfortably on his usual seat. He's sitting on the head part of the table while I sit on his right side. A servant pulled a chair for me. "Let's eat," Damon announced after I got seated. I almost rolled my eyes. Hearing his voice makes me irritated. Silently, I put food on my plate. I made sure there was no blank space on my plate and full it all with food. I can feel the servants and Damon watching me, but I don't care. Who cares anyway? I am hungry. And it's Damon's fault. Without caring about anyone who watches me, I ate like a mad woman. I feel like I am in the middle of an intense war as I eat. I chew after another. I didn't even bother to use the spoon because it'll make my eating slower. "Athena," Damon called me. I act as if I didn't hear him. What is his problem now? TSSS. I continued eating until I finished my plate. I smiled widely when I felt my stomach full. I reached out the table napkin and wiped my lips with it before I took a glance at Damon, who was shamelessly staring at me. My brows furrowed at him. "What?" I snort. I rolled my eyes at him. "Why? Do you want to complain about the way how I eat? It's your fault anyway. You made me starved," I said, pissed. He didn't even change his reaction. What is he? A robot? He's making my blood boil. "You have to be ready tomorrow," he said without minding my rants. "Tomorrow? What? He'll make me starve again? If you're planning to starve me to death, then go on. I'm happy meeting my death, anyway," I sarcastically said. His forehead wrinkled and saw his jaw clench. Is he finally pissed? I want him to show emotion. "No. We'll have our wedding tomorrow," he declared. My eyes widened in shock. What? Because of shock, I bounced up from my seat and hit the table in front of him. Are you kidding me? I angrily spat. He glared at me. He didn't like my actions. I know. Because it is all written on his face. Lower your voice, Athena, he said, trying to be patient. But no. I won't obey him. No. Didn't I tell you I don't want to be your Luna and to be the queen of this stupid kingdom? And I don't want to get married. I'm just 18, you bastard. I screamed and walked out. The servants made a way because of my sudden burst out. I don't know where to go and it's my chance to escape. Without thinking, I run towards the entrance hall of the palace. I can feel their eyes stuck to me. I saw the guards getting alert by my aggressiveness, but before I could reach the large double doors, someone snatched my arms and lifted me up like a sack of rice over his shoulder. And I know who it is. I know. Damon. Get off me. I hit his back. Damon, I am facing his round. He didn't speak and just walk wherever that is. I tried to move, but he was holding me tightly. He's so strong that I can't do anything. I said, get off me, you bastard. I screamed, but instead of letting me go, he threw me over his bed, and with his speed movement, I felt my hands locked up in chains. What is this? I screamed so loud. There's a chain in his bed. He gripped my chin and made me look in his eyes. Nothing changed in those beautiful brown eyes. He was cold and serious. If there is irritation, he's probably hiding it from me. You can't escape from me, Athena, he whispered like a curse. Chapter 7. I am still in a daze while staring into nothingness. It's already late at night but my eyes are still wide open sitting over the bed while hands locked in a chain. I feel so miserable. Why is this happening to me? I can't imagine myself getting married at this age. I don't even know Damon. And, I don't even love him. What about my dream? My dream about getting married to the man I love? Well, I still haven't met him, but I want to get married to the man I love and not to the man who's cold and rude. Anna Alpha. He said that we'll get married tomorrow, and even though I want to escape him really bad, I can't sneak out with these chains locked on me. I am so hopeless. I wiped the tears that fell on my cheeks. My eyes roam around the whole room. Damon left earlier after locking me here. And knowing him, even though I begged into bended knees, he wouldn't waste his time for me. What am I gonna do? Is this really my fate? To be a Luna in this strange kingdom and to be a wife of a goddamn monster? Time passed by until the sun peaked at the East Mountains. I didn't sleep the whole night, consequently I feel lightheaded. To stop my throbbing head, I closed my eyes, however someone knocked on the door and opened it. I opened my eyes and saw the familiar housekeeping. Maybe I should ask her name? She must be the housekeeping who's assigned to me. Ma'am? I will ready your bath. Please wait here, she said politely and bowed her head before entering the bathroom. I sneered. I am sure she saw the chains on me, but she didn't bother to look at them. Maybe she's scared of Damon. It is obvious that everyone here is scared of Damon, but I'll make sure I'll be an exception. The housekeeping went out of the bathroom and slowly walked toward me. I saw the key in her hands. I stared at her while she's unlocking the chains on me. What's your name? I asked. She looks puzzled at first, but she still answered, It's Anna, ma'am. How old are you? I'm 20 years old, ma'am. She answered. So, she's 2 years older than me. How long are you working with Damon? I asked. She stopped a bit at my question. Since I was 5, ma'am. She said. My jaw twitched. What? What did you say? How? Why? I was shocked to know that she was serving Damon at that young age. She gave me a half smile. I was born a slave, ma'am. My parents died as a slave and I am also born to be, she explained. I was so shocked. Does it mean, if you came from a slave family, you will live as a slave forever? That can't be. You shouldn't allow that to yourself, my tone raised. Her lips parted a bit. She looks at me like I am some puzzle she needed to solve. Ma'am, nobody in this kingdom, in this place, could disobey the Alpha. His words are mighty and great. There is no one who could defy him, even you. She said. I was silent because of her words. I almost forget that we lived in a different world. I was used to freedom while the people here aren't. Then, would I be one of them? How can I change my fate then? Or, do I have the power to change it? Anna guided me towards the bathroom. I closed my eyes the moment I sank into the bathtub full of roses and milk. It was so refreshing. If I could just forget that hours from now, I'll get married to the Alpha. Anna. I called Anna. I know she was outside. She immediately enters the bathroom. She looked at me. Ma'am, she asked. I smiled at her. Can you stay here with me? I asked. She looks confused. I just wanna ask some questions. Are you fine with it? I asked. She sighed heavily and nodded. This is my chance to know this world better. This kingdom. I have to know the policies, rules, and whatnot about this whole thing. Before I marry Damon, I have to know this place better. I don't want to be stupid in front of them. And I know, in this way I could plan an escape. Can you tell me, about this kingdom? About Damon? I gazed at her. She stared at me for a while. I know she's hesitating, but I also know that she can't say no to a future queen. This is the kingdom of Ogama where the Scott family rules. They are one of the most powerful werewolves being. And until now no one can beat them. But unfortunately, Alpha Damon's older brother died in an accident. It was devastating news to everyone and one of the huge struggles that this kingdom faced. Because of that, Alpha Damon was forced to take the throne because the former Alpha has no child. The former Alpha's mate was your mother, ma'am. She looked away. I know that part. Damon mentioned it to me. Mom was mated to Damon's older brother but, she married my father. Everyone despised your mother when we found out the truth that she was seeing a human. And it is against our rules. Once your mate died you have no choice but to be alone as long as you are living and breathing. My right eyebrow shot up. Does that mean, when Damon dies, I am not allowed to be with someone anymore? The council sentenced her to death, but Alpha Damon sends your life. We found out that your mother was pregnant with you. It was rare to sense someone's life, but Alpha Damon did, and because of that, the council gave your mother a chance. She'll live but she can't stay in our kingdom anymore. Why? Is it also against your rules to kill a pregnant woman? I asked curiously. I just can't understand. Why would they spare my mom's life for that reason? I can't believe that they are nice at some point. No. It's because the council hinted that the baby your mother's carrying must be Alpha Damon's mate, she said. How could they say that? I bit my lower lip. It's rare for wolves like us to feel someone's life in someone's belly. It does not include our power. Most especially, it's 1 out of 10 chances we could feel our mate when he or she's still a baby. We usually feel our mates when they are 15 or 18 and we started to feel them when we reach 18. Yes, Alpha Damon was already 100 years of age at that time but, you were still in your mother's belly and yet Alpha Damon felt you. Is that why he keeps telling me that my mother kidnapped me and took me away from him? Because from the very start he knew, that I am his mate? That was the reason why Alpha Damon kept your mother while she was pregnant, but he never knew that your mother has a plan to escape and take you away from him. My mom is my mother. She can do whatever she wants for me. I shook my head. I can't believe that Damon was telling the truth. I can't believe that I was still in my mother's belly, yet my fate was already written in Damon's hands. I'm sorry ma'am, but, an alpha without his Luna will never have enough power to protect his kingdom, Anna said meaningfully. I looked at her in a daze. What do you mean? An alpha lives longer and mightier when he has a Luna by his side. Without his Luna, the council and the whole pack will question his leadership. Without you, he will be useless. Chapter 8. Anna's words are continuously repeating inside my mind. Without me, Damon will be useless in this kingdom. I didn't think that Luna was one of the essential people in this kingdom. Is that why Damon is forcing me to marry him? Is that why I am in this situation? I sighed heavily as I stared at myself in the mirror. I look like royalty wearing a huge and elegant white gown. The design from its top made the whole gown perfect. It has see-through embroidery and glittered long sleeves and a flowing gown. My hair was curled and down with a flower crown on my head. I've never worn clothes like this. I didn't imagine wearing one. Marriage wasn't in my thoughts yet, here I am wearing a wedding dress. You look stunning, ma'am, Anna complimented as she surveyed my look. I glanced at her. I want to run away and leave, Anna, I said truthfully. She didn't look shocked at what she heard. Maybe she knows that I didn't want all of it. I'm sorry, but this will be your life from now on, Anna said, tristful for me. I bit my lower lip and stared back again at my reflection in the mirror. No, it will not be my life. I'm gonna make sure I'll find my mother and leave. I will do everything to escape and leave this goddamn kingdom of wolves. This is not my life. This is not for me. The sound of the orchestra filled the whole palace as someone announced my arrival. I swallowed hard when I started stepping down the golden staircase of the palace. My jaw dropped when I saw how huge the crowd is. They are also wearing elegant dresses, and unlike me, they are all smiling. They look so happy for me. Let's all pay respect to our Luna. The moon goddess, ultimate blessing to our mighty Alpha Damon, Luna Athena Solitaire Madrigal, someone announced. The orchestra played loudly as I slowly stepped down the staircase. They all clapped for me. But I can't find happiness with this. I feel like I am in a strange place with unknown faces I couldn't trust. But still, I continued to step down until my eyes found Damon. I swallowed hard when I saw how lean, manly, masculine, and hot he is in his clothes. His hair is in a pushback, wearing a white long-sleeves robe with golden accessories on its shoulders, a royal mantle, and elegant leather boots. He looks authoritative and, damn hot. What am I thinking? Stop, Athena. Remember that he is your enemy. After your marriage, you have to plan an escape. You have to earn his trust, and after that, leave. That's it. That's my only goal. I looked away because his eyes are becoming intense. My heart was starting to pound so hard, that it might explode, so I have to look away. He's too much. I stopped the moment I reached the end of the staircase. Damon looked at me intensely. And I am trying not to be affected by his magnificent eyes. Your hand, he said in a low tone. I nodded because I know what he was trying to say. I put my right hand in his waiting palms for me. He held my hand gently, it sent a shiver down my spine. I am wearing a white glove, but the warmth of his skin still lingered on mine. What is this? The orchestra began playing again. All the people are watching us, with happiness and proudness in their eyes. They must be happy that their alpha now has a Luna after 100 years of being mateless. But this is not what I want. So, is this your way to earn your people's trust? I purposely lowered my voice so that no one could hear me except him. He didn't speak, so maybe he was confused about what I am talking back about. You are useless alpha if you don't have a mate, right? I confirmed. I felt his hold on me tightened, but I still remained my unfazed face. That's none of your business, he replied coldly. I laughed without humor. Maybe those who are watching us think that my laugh is genuine. You think so? You forced me into this, and yet it's not my business? Damon, this is not what I want. You're selfish. You don't consider my feelings and just minding your own, I sharply said, still with my lower voice. You think I want it and like it? No, Athena, even one bit, so just shut up and marry me, he said, a bit impatient. I was about to talk back, but it was time to stop walking because we now reached the end of the aisle. He let go of my hand and faced the person in front of us. I don't know why, but something inside me stung the moment he let go of my hand. As an elder of this kingdom and pack, I will perform matrimonial rites that the goddess of the moon entrusted to me. On this day, a new generation of Alpha and his Luna is destined to be one to rule this pack and the kingdom of Agama, the elder said. His voice was creepy, especially since everyone is silent. I feel like I am in the middle of persecution. Alpha Damon Timothy Scott, the elder, called Damon and reached for his left hand. Damon put his left hand on the palm of the elder, and then afterward the elder looked at me. Luna Athena Solitaire Madrigal, he called me and reached for my left hand as well. My brows furrowed. What is he going to do with our hands? My lips parted when he put my hand over Damon's hand. I was shocked that I immediately took away my hand from the elder. I heard gasps from the audience, and I felt Damon's glares at me. The elder looked at me with confusion. Is this also part of the wedding? I sighed heavily and hopelessly put back my hand at the top of his. Someone appeared beside the elder. It was a boy carrying a golden wine glass. It has a red liquid inside. What was that? What's that? I whispered to Damon, but Damon just glared at me. I wanna glared at him back, but the elder glanced at us. This wine will be the representation of your eternal bond to each other, the elder said, and held out the wine glass to Damon, and Damon immediately sipped a bit of it. It's your turn, Damon said. My eyes widened. I am gonna drink it too. I asked, confused. He suddenly looks annoyed. I was just asking. Just take a sip, he said with a tone of command. I stared at the wine glass. Can I have a different glass? I asked. Damon clenched his jaw, a clear reminder that he was turning into a madman. Fine. I surrender. I took a sip of that wine, and I immediately tasted its strong aroma and sweetness. Wow, I didn't think that there was a wine that tasted that good. With the power vested on me, Alpha Damon is now proclaimed as mated with Luna Athena. With that everyone cheered, clapped, and roared for us. My lips parted when I saw how everyone transformed into huge wolves. What the hell? Damon, I couldn't hide my fear. I felt Damon's arm encircling the back of my waist. I couldn't help but to find his eyes, and there I saw him staring at me. They won't hurt you, he assured me. I don't know, but somehow, I believe in him. I suddenly felt secure and safe the moment he said that. What's happening to me? Alpha Damon, you have to conceal the ceremony with a kiss, the elder said behind us. My heart boomed loudly. I was shocked. Is he joking? There's also a kiss at this wedding? What? I asked, shocked. Damon stared at me. I swallowed hard and was about to step back when his arms pushed me back to him. My eyes widened. I put my arms between us, but his force was filling that gap between us. You'll kiss me? I asked nervously. I know that everyone is now waiting for that kiss, but it didn't cross my mind that it will happen. Of course, I've kissed boys before. But I feel like, he's different. He's different from the boys I've kissed before. I have to, he said, and with that, I felt his soft lips claiming mine. My heart pounded against my chest, which never happened to me before. Something ignited within me the moment he claimed my lips, and I was shocked when he bit my lower lip to open my mouth and wandered every corner of my lips. He's making the kiss deeper and wilder. Everyone roared while he was kissing me that way. I pushed him a bit because I can't find air to breathe, but instead of letting me go, he followed my lips and kissed me more. What is he doing? Because of that I put all my strength just to push him away, and when he stopped, I immediately threw daggers at him, but he just stares at me with pure coldness. What? After kissing me like that? I cursed at him heatedly. His arms tightened around me. I would love to, he replied, meaningfully. Chapter 9. I can feel my cheeks flush from what happened. I can't believe he'd reply to that. I would love to. Him. I can imagine kicking him then allowing him to sleep with me. This is ridiculous. With deranged thoughts, I quickly took one glass of wine from the waiter passing by and straightly drank it. Luna! Be careful! I heard Anna following me. I suddenly feel irritated to hear her call to me. There's an after party of the wedding, that's why the whole palace was busy and the function hall was full of crowd. But here I am in the far corner of the hall drinking it out because of what happened earlier. I said, stop calling me Luna, Anna. I have a name. It's Athena. I said with annoyance. Anna gets the glass from my hand and put it back on the table. I glared at her, but she looks at me innocently. The moment you got married to our alpha we are all obliged to call you Luna, she explained. I hissed and shook my head. I crossed my hands over my chest and watched the whole crowd in front of me. Before I was separated from Damon earlier, many of the visitors congratulates me, but the dagger eyes of the other girls won't escape me. It means many of the wolves here are dreaming of being a Luna, and here I am complaining about being a Luna. Should I be happy? But how will I be happy when I don't want any of these? In time you will learn to embrace this new life of yours, Luna. In time, you will learn to care and love this whole thing, Anna said with a genuine smile. I stared at her. How do you say so? I grew up different from yours and I want that life back to me, I said grittily. Anna nodded like she wants me to see that she does understand everything. But as time goes by, you will realize how important you are, in this kingdom and, to Alpha Damon, Anna reverently said. The party passed by like a whirlwind. I was so exhausted when the party ended. Consequently, I ordered Anna to prepare me a warm bath and she does. Without waiting for Damon, I went upstairs to proceed to our room and locked myself inside the bathroom. Just hang my robe outside, Anna. You can rest now after, Anna nodded to my orders. I sighed heavily as I sink myself down into the bathtub. I closed my eyes. I don't know what will gonna happen to me after this. I don't even know what role I have to do as a Luna. It's funny how I am forced to live a life I didn't even know. I was startled when someone knocked on the door of the bathroom. I thought Anna leave already? I stood up and reached for my robe and wore it. Tying my robe, I opened the door only to get stunned by Damon's presence. What are you doing here? I asked flustered. I quickly tied my robe tightly. I saw his eyes survey my body. Obviously, it's my room. What's taking you so long anyway? I'm gonna have a bath too, he said with his usual lazy and cold tone. I really hate his tone every time he talks to me. Then, find another bathroom. This palace is so huge. It's impossible that there's only one bathroom here. I said annoyed. He raised his right brow. Why would I do that? My property, my rules, Athena. He reminded me. My brows almost palpitate when he held my arm and pulled me out of the bathroom. Don't touch me! I yelled. He let go of me and entered the bathroom without glancing back. I sighed heavily. I really can't stand his attitude. He's so full of himself. I changed into my night dress and cover myself with a thick blanket. I put pillows in the middle of the bed just in case he'd do something bad to me. Even though we are married, physical touch is not allowed. I thought it will hard for me to sleep that night, but it wasn't. Maybe because I was so exhausted that I didn't even know what time Damon finished his bath. I just woke up with Anna's voice waking me. Good morning, Luna. It's time to wake up, she cheerfully greeted. I heaved a heavy sigh and get up from bed. My eyes immediately flew to the other corner of the bed. As expected, Damon wasn't there anymore. I wonder what he's always up to? He's always busy in the morning. I took a quick shower and changed into a floral dress. I like this dress better because even though it's a bit conservative, it's still comfortable to wear because of its silk. Anna followed me towards the dining, and there I saw Damon sitting comfortably in his usual seat. There's a mug of coffee in front of him. One thing I noticed about him is his usual coffee in the morning. My eyes shifted to Stone when Damon glanced at me. I realized that Stone is always beside him. Maybe he is his right hand? I quietly sat down on the right side of Damon as the servants prepare our breakfast for this morning. You have to eat fast. You have a schedule after breakfast, Damon suddenly speaks. I looked at him. I have a schedule? For what? Schedule? I asked, confused. He sipped on his coffee and gazed at me. His eyes. Why am I always conscious whenever he looks at me? Delta Robin will pick you up to meet your professor, he said. My brows creased. What is he saying? Professor? Don't tell me I'll have to go study in your school here. I said, pissed. For Pete's sake. I don't want to study here. And I almost forgot that I was a graduating student in senior high. But it all crumbles down because I am stuck here. I have a huge dream for my college life. Yes, he responded. My lips parted. What? Are you kidding me? No way. There's no way in hell I'll choose then, chains or study, he sounded mad. I swallowed hard when I saw how his eyes intensely look at me. This is not what I wanted. This is not what I have planned. Chains or study? This is ridiculous. He'll chain me again if I didn't agree with what he wants. This is so unfair. Fine. I submitted. I gritted my teeth as I watched him eat his food. One day my revenge for you will be the sweetest. I rolled my eyes when an old man approached me and introduced himself as Delta Robin. Thankfully, Anna is always by my side the whole time. We stopped in front of huge double doors. It is the library of the palace, Luna. You'll meet your professor later on, Delta Robin said. He opened the large double doors, and I was amazed by the whole library. It was so huge. The bookshelves are too elevated, and the ceiling was high. You can sit here, Luna. Delta Robin pointed to the only table here in this huge library. I thought it was a school that will welcome me, I said. Basically, you are homeschooled, Luna, Anna explained. I rolled my eyes and sat down on the chair Delta Robin has pointed for me. Why do I have to do this? I asked. Delta Robin smiled at me. Because you have to learn everything about our world, Luna. You have to know and understand your mission and responsibilities as a Luna and a partner of the Alpha of this kingdom, he said. I draw invisible circles over the table while thinking about everything. What about Damon? Was he homeschooled too? I curiously asked. Delta Robin smiled. I also saw Anna forcing herself not to smile. Is there wrong with my question? Or, do I sound so curious about Damon? Never mind. Don't answer that question, I acted like I do not care about it. Delta Robin smiled more. Yes, Luna. The Alpha Damon was homeschooled too, Delta Robin answered. I glared at him. I said don't answer it anymore. I rolled my eyes at him. Anna chuckled a bit. Are they making fun of me? I was about to say something when someone knocked on the door. Please come in, Delta Robin said. I waited for the professor to come in and saw a woman in his tight and short skirt with eyeglasses. My eyes furrowed at her. She looks hot. She looks like someone who stayed in the bar all night long. She immediately bows her head when she saw me. Nice to meet you, Luna. I am Brittany Fleury. It's a pleasure for me to be your professor, she politely said. Brittany Fleury. Sounds a flirt. I just shrugged my ideas and sit comfortably on my seat. Let's start now. I don't wanna waste my time, I said. Anna and Delta Robin immediately went out of the library. Now Brittany and I were left alone. Brittany put her laptop over the table while I am watching her intently. Are you also a wolf? I asked. She stopped and glanced at me. She smiled a bit. Yes, Luna. She answered. As expected. What will you be teaching for today, then? I asked. She smiled and sat in front of me. We'll talk first about the history of Kingdom Agama and then afterward, we'll proceed to the ranking of wolves, she explained. I nodded and let her. She started explaining about the Kingdom of Agama. She said that this kingdom was established 1,000 years ago and become enormously powerful in the whole world. The throne was passed down through generations. She also mentioned the history of Damon's older brother, which I already know because of Anna. That's all. Let's take a break. No, continue. I wanted to finish as soon as possible, I insisted. She stopped and stared at me longer. She was about to talk when her phone rang. Wait, so a phone exists here? Wait, I just realized that she opened her laptop earlier. Stupid, Athena. Wait a moment, Luna. I'll just take this call, she informed me. I nodded. She stood up and answered the phone. She walked far from me, but something caught my attention. Did I hear her right? Or, it was just my imagination? Before she could walk far, I heard her say, "Hello, Alpha Damon." Chapter 10. I feel uneasy while waiting for Brittany to come back. I found myself staring into nothing while my thoughts are clouding up. Maybe I was just imagining things. Why would Damon call her, right? And she's just a professor. There is no way she could touch the Alpha. Luna. I blinked twice when she suddenly showed up in front of me. I straightened up and stared at her. Are you done with your call? I asked. She smiled sweetly. Yes, Luna. Can we continue? She beamed. I nodded and let her discuss it once again. I tried to concentrate, but my thoughts are always flying somewhere. She wouldn't be my professor if Damon doesn't know her, right? It means, Damon may know her. Then, what are they? Don't tell me, they have a secret relationship or something. I couldn't help but sneer. I do not like Damon, but isn't it unfair for him to have a mistress while married to me? I gritted my teeth while watching Brittany Fleury. The session finished and I didn't learn a bit. I didn't even understand the ranking she discussed with me. See you next session, Luna, she bowed her head while dismissing herself. I just stared at her and didn't say a word. I watched her as she leaves the library until Anna entered the door. Luna, we have to go back to your room. Your lunch is also ready at the dining, Anna informed me. I nodded quietly and stood up. I don't know why it's bugging me. I should let it pass. I do not care about Damon. I don't even care if he beds other women. I don't care. But then, what the others would think of me. That I am a useless Luna? A pitiful Luna? No, this can't go on. I have to warn Damon about this. I quickly changed my dress and hastily went to the dining. My eyes narrowed when I saw that Damon's seat was empty. Where's Damon? I asked Anna. Alpha Damon has an important meeting. He said that he would be late for lunch, Anna replied. I gritted my teeth. Important meeting right after my session with my professor finishes? Does that mean his important meeting is with Brittany Fleury? I clench my fist as I sat down on my seat and eat alone at the huge dining table. Why am I feeling this? I feel so betrayed and lonely. I shouldn't feel this because I know my situation. I tried to forget everything. Damon and I didn't see each other for the next hours. To forget everything, I just spent my hours reading books in the library trying to learn everything on my own. Until now, I still can't believe that this world exists. Truth is, I feel like I am just dreaming, or having a nightmare. But dreaming this long, tells me that this is the truth. The reality. That's why I promised myself that I will escape no matter what. I will find my mother and will leave this place. Dinner came and Damon's absence are creeping into me. I am trying not to be mad, but I think my heart might explode soon. Why? I should be happy that he's not around, right? Because I can move around freely without thinking about the rules I might break. Or thinking about his chains as punishment. I did my half bath and changed into my night dress after dinner. I already told Anna to rest, so I am now alone. I sighed heavily and glanced at the balcony. I opened the glass door and surveyed what was in front of me. From up here, I can see the night lights of the whole kingdom and the shadows of the mountains from afar. I looked down and I saw the palace guards and some of the servants walking back and forth at the entrance of the palace. They all look normal. Everything's normal and I feel like I am the only one who's different. That's why I feel like I don't belong here. What are you doing here? My heart skipped a beat when I heard that voice behind me. I suddenly feel the rush in my blood as I smell his scent. His familiar scent. None of your business, I coldly responded. I heard his footsteps nearing. And even though I want to move and walk out from here, I feel like my foot is pinned down on the floor. Stop being a brat. Go back to sleep now, he said in his usual commanding tone. I can't help but laugh mockingly. I'll stop being a brat if you give me my freedom, Damon, I said and turned to him. The cold wind blew toward us. It gives a shiver down my spine. But nothing in this world could be greater than Damon's eyes. He looks powerful, serious, and strong. You're already married to me, Athena, then, don't be unfair to me, Damon. You can have your girls, but let me have one too, I grittily said. His forehead creased. He looks confused, but I bet he's just faking everything. What are you talking about? He asked. I shook my head at him and evilly smirked at him. Does he think I'm a fool? He can't fool me. I am not stupid. Oh, don't be an actor, Damon. You called my professor, right? And immediately have an important meeting as soon as I finished my session with her? Don't tell me it was a coincidence. I can't blame you. She's stunning. And maybe she can also sate you in bed. Are you talking about Athena? I called her to check on you. And my important meeting wasn't with her, he ground his jaw. I glared at him. He's trying to fool me. Don't fool me, Damon. I know men like you. You are all thirsty for me. If I am, I should have tasted yours after our wedding, he cut me off. My lips parted in shock. My eyes widened as I felt my face flush. What? His eyes narrowed at me. He scrunched up his face and closed the distance between us. I tried to step back, but I stopped when I felt the railing behind me. Tell me, are you jealous? He raised a brow. I blinked twice and immediately pushed him back. I can feel my heart beating so loud and fast. I am not, jealous. Why do I have to stutter? He grimaced, and I don't like it. It's my reputation that would be ruined if you have a mistress, Damon. That's why it's an important matter to me. I spat on him. He closes the distance between our faces and heat immediately stained my cheeks. I remember our kiss back at our wedding. But he stopped when we are inches apart. Our eyes met and my knees immediately wobbled. Don't worry, my mate bond with you was strong. I couldn't even look at other girls, he whispered huskily. Chapter 11. I couldn't sleep that night, particularly since Damon was just behind me. The only thing between us was the pillow I put on. The lights are all out, but my mind was in chaos. He said that our mate bond was strong. Does that mean it hinders him to like someone else other than me? The morning came, and as usual, Damon woke up early. I didn't see him when I woke up. Anna helps me with my daily routine. After all that, I headed towards the dining wearing a long-sleeve dress. I don't know why, but my heart immediately thumped so fast when I saw Damon quietly sipping his coffee on his usual seat. He senses me coming, so our eyes met, but I look away. I can't look straight at him. I silently sat down beside him. The servants quickly served our food. I can't help but glance a bit at Damon, almost caught me glancing at him. Get yourself together, Athena. How's your sleep? I was stunned when he asked me that. I am sure that the servants, Anna and Stone, are also shocked by what they heard. Damon never asks me this kind of question. Fine, I swallowed hard after answering. I took a bite of my bacon and chew lightly. Later on, I saw him put a box over our table. I glanced at the box and my eyes literally widened when I saw that it wasn't an ordinary box. It was a cell phone. What is this? I asked, surprised. So, I could contact you later, he answered shortly and continued eating his food like he didn't shake my thoughts. I didn't speak anymore and continued eating my food. I know that everyone was watching us. And I am not comfortable speaking about important matters when everyone is around. I stared at the box he gave me. Is he giving me this so I would stop my thoughts about Brittany? He said that he only called Brittany because he wants to check on me, and now, he's giving me this so he could contact me directly and not Brittany? Is this for my peace of mind? While waiting for Brittany Fleury inside the library, I manipulate my cell phone and saw that Damon's number was already there. It was registered as Alpha Damon. I don't know why, but I felt something soft in my heart. Something itching but bearable. I didn't expect Alpha Damon has a sweet spot, Luna. Anna commented beside me while I am staring at the cell phone he gave me. Sweet spot? Is this being sweet? I bet not, I argued. Anna chuckled. But Alpha Damon never gave cell phone to just anyone, Anna added. I sneered. Because I am not just anyone, Anna. I am his Luna, I dispute. Did you already know that Alpha Damon has a first love? I stopped at what she said. First love? Damon fell in love before? I swallowed hard as my heart ached a bit. Then, what happened? Where is she now? I asked curiously. There's a glint of sadness in her eyes. She died years ago. She was with Alpha Devon. She died along with the former Alpha, Anna said. It means, what happened years ago scarred Damon. He lost his older brother, and his lover. Why do I suddenly feel tired and gloomy? Good day, Luna. I stopped my thoughts when Brittany entered the library. Once again, she continued with her discussion. However, my mind was not in the mood to listen. My mind was starting to think about the girl Damon fell in love with. Maybe she was a beauty. Why am I thinking about her? She's dead. She's gone. I shook my head. It's bad, Athena. So, what if she's dead? I don't care if Damon still loves her until now. Are you listening, Luna? Brittany caught my attention. I stared at her and shook my head a bit. Continue, I commanded. She continued, but I can't find myself listening to her. It was our break time when my phone rang, and I saw Damon's name. I stared at his name. I don't know why he's making me feel so confused and puzzled. He always ravished my thoughts without lifting a finger. Hello. I answered the call. I stood up to find a private place where I can talk to Damon on the phone. How's your study? He asked. My heart pounded. Hearing his voice on the phone makes my heart instill feelings. Are you doing this to use as a frontispiece for your relationship with Brittany? I bit my lower lip. I am just trying to act mad, and I don't know why I keep doing this. I am doing this to stop your accusation, Athena, he countered. I scowled and rolled my eyes. My study is fine. Don't call me anymore, I said while scowling badly and ended the call. I slid my cell phone inside my pocket and went back to my table. The session finished and Brittany remained discussing everything even though she caught me many times spacing out. Alpha Damon is waiting for you for lunch, Luna, Anna informed me as we walked towards the dining. My heart immediately beat fast. I should stop reacting this way. And Anna was right. I saw Damon sitting in his usual seat. I walked fast and sat beside him. The servants began serving the food as soon as I came. We'll have a schedule later. We will visit the villages after our lunch, Damon informed me. I continued eating even though my reflexes almost glance at him. Why? Is there something wrong with your villagers? I asked casually. No. It's a routine. Every once in a month I always pay a visit to the villages, he said. I nodded. So, he's really a good king in his kingdom, hey? Now that I think about it. Isn't it a good time to escape? We'll go outside the palace, right? All right, I agreed. Thereafter, we started preparing for our visit. Anna made me wear a long dress and tied my hair up. She also put light makeup on me. And then Stone came right in saying that Damon was already waiting for me. I met Damon at the entrance of the palace, and I was so shocked when I saw that we were gonna ride a horse. I don't know how to ride a horse, I said, almost glaring at Damon. Damon just raised a brow and reached out his hand to me. I stared at his hand to me. You will ride with me, come on, he said. My lips parted. Does he mean, we're gonna ride together on that horse? In the end, I have no choice but to ride with him. He was behind me maneuvering the rope of the horse. Yeah, he shouted to command the horse and then it started to run fast. I tightly hold on to Damon's arm as the horse kept running fast. Unconsciously, I was leaning my back on his warm chest. I only realized everything when I felt his warm and cool breath on my ear. This is a bad idea, Damon, I said, breathing heavily. I heard him chuckle a bit. I feel like something tickling my stomach as I hear him chuckle. But I'm enjoying it, he whispered huskily. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.